Hello friends, welcome to our channel. So today we are going to discuss the online security of our financial transactions. We shop online on Amazon, Flipkart, using Paytm, Google Pay, our bank accounts, credit cards, etc. And nowadays there is a very huge rise in number of frauds wherein money from your account is withdrawn at some remote location or your credit card is swiped at some international location. So today we are going to see how you can secure yourself financially online and what are the steps that you need to take. So keep watching.
Also friends, if you like the content of our videos, please subscribe to our channel and also don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you will get a notification whenever we upload a new video. Also like the video and share it with all your friends. So let's begin with today's video.
So friends, in this digital age, most of our online identity is linked to our email. And if our email ID is not secured, then it can create a lot of issues for us. So what are the ways by which we can secure our email ID? So the first thing to do is that you should link your phone number to your email ID. In case of your email getting hacked, you can always recover your email if your phone number is linked to your email account. Please note that all your digital transactions, your bank accounts and everything is linked to your email and your phone number. So keeping these two interlinked and secure is one of the prime steps to secure your financial transactions.
Friends, the next and the very important point is that do not click on any links which are from unknown sources. This is the most repeated advice that we get and yet the most common mistake that many people make. In news, you must have seen a lot of online fraud reports that some software engineer has got hacked or some money has been transferred from your account. Nowadays, due to the digital payment system, you get a lot of money requests from your UPI apps, or sometimes you get SMS that you have won some lottery or you have won a gift voucher. So please do not click on any such links from unknown sources. In certain cases where you are expecting a payment link or you have requested for some online payment, then only you should click on these links, else you should not click on any link coming from unknown sources. If you are not tech savvy, or mostly if your parents are also not very tech savvy, then we would suggest that you do not install any easy money transfer apps on your mobile phones. So please be safe and secure all your transactions.
So friends, as discussed in one of our previous video, you should have your primary bank account in one of the good banks so that it is already very secure. But now what are the additional steps which we can do to make it more secure? So let us see that. So if you have a different salary account and a different savings account, then you should link the two. This is the first thing. How can you link them? By establishing a connection between them to transfer money between them. The second thing is your primary savings account should be linked to your Demat account, or in our case it is a Zerodha account. Secondly, you should have your PPF account linked to your savings account. The third point is that you should have FD RD facility, preferably online, linked to your savings account. So why are we telling you this? What our suggestion is that you should never hold excessive amount of cash, say more than 20 or 30,000 rupees in your savings account, which you are primarily using for spending everywhere. If you hold more money in your account, you have the chance of losing that money. What we suggest is keeping the money in an FD or an RD on a regular interval, even for a short duration, and you should keep a very limited amount of money in your account. FD and RD are very liquid and they can be broken at any time whenever you need the money. One of the other popular methods is also keeping the money in your Demat account. For example, if you transfer your money in a Zerodha account and park them in overnight debt or liquid mutual funds, you will get some income on the money also. Zerodha is also very secure since the money can flow only from your Zerodha account to your linked savings account and vice versa. You should link your UPI or digital payment services only to one of your bank accounts. One of the important points is for all these accounts, you should always have a trusted person as a nominee. So in case something happens to you, all these accounts will automatically move to that trusted person. As we know that nowadays we get a lot of calls from different telecallers. They are either selling us some product or giving us some offers or giving us some lottery or anything of that sort. So what the problem is that we should never entertain such callers because they try to gain as much information from us as much possible and try to hack our accounts. So the first and foremost thing to do is straight away disconnect the call whenever you get such calls. It is also advisable to activate the DND service, that is do not disturb service, on your number. but keep in mind that you will also not get the genuine calls which you may already be receiving. But I generally look for a service online, and hence I just don't entertain these telecallers, so that it keeps me secure. Also, if these callers ask for your PIN number or any technical details regarding your credit cards or bank accounts, you should always keep in mind that this is 99% a fraud call.
Friends, most of us make use of credit cards. In the beginning, the credit card limit is generally 20,000 to 50,000, and as and when your income increases, the limit also increases to up to 1 lakh or 2 lakh. But if you do not have that much requirement, you can always reduce the credit limit on your credit card. Also, nowadays, due to multiple offers, people tend to keep multiple credit cards with different credit limits. So we recommend that you segregate your cards as per the limits. You can keep the lower limit cards for your regular day in day out transactions of a smaller amount, and whenever you want to do any high amount transactions, then you can use your higher limit credit cards. These high limit credit cards should be kept in a very secure manner, and also make sure that the card is from a very good company and has a good customer care support. Also, whenever you swipe your credit card, make sure that you get an SMS of your transaction, and if you do an online transaction, then you should get an OTP for the transaction. Also, make sure that you save your credit card number somewhere safe, because in case your card gets lost, then you can call the customer care and get the card blocked. Friends, next point is avoid multiple payment apps. Nowadays, there are multiple UPI apps also available, like Google Pay, Bheem UPI, then you have PhonePe, Paytm. These are all online payment apps available. So we recommend that you choose only one or two apps. For example, if you want to do UPI payments, you can use Google Pay and Bheem UPI, or Google Pay and PhonePe, because more the number of apps, there will be more things to manage, more accounts to keep, more statements to track. So we recommend you use only one app on which you can do all your online payment.
So friends, all of our transactions are now mostly becoming online, so hence it is very necessary for us to be vigilant. How can we do this? For this, we have to read all our messages which are for our financial transactions carefully. We should verify the amounts which we have spent in each transaction whenever we receive the messages, and we should make a habit of reading our online statements. So which online statements am I referring to? I am referring to your bank account statements and your credit card statements. So for me, I primarily use my credit card for all my spendings and directly pay the credit card bill from my bank account. So in this case, my bank account has very few statements, like my salary slip, basically my salary coming in, and the credit card bill or other bill payments, whereas my regular expenses are taken care of by my credit card. So I make sure that I read the credit card statements in detail to ascertain if the amounts for each expense are correctly reflected. Many companies also charge you extra, or they will charge some transaction fees which are reflected in your online transaction statements of your credit cards. So you should make sure that you read them and dispute any charges if necessary. So friends, if you like this video and you want to watch any of our older videos, you can watch them here. So stay happy and stay safe. Bye bye.